Ho, 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 ho. Ta-da! Oh my goodness. Welcome back to Tesla Thursday tips and tricks. As you guys saw, I have a box of Tim Hortons and I am dying to get to it. However, today's topic and today's trick is something that we're gonna get into it. How's that? Let's get into it. All right, so today on the Tesla tricks, especially tips and tricks, first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody who's the new subscribers on the channel. You guys have been pretty awesome. Thank you very much for, coming and subscribing. So with that said, as you guys can tell by the title, it really comes down to memory sticks. And, well, we want to save our data. We want to save our footage. And so with that, well, we have cards and more cards. See, the thing is, one of the things that nobody really thinks about is you want to have Sentry Mode activated. You kind of want to have Sentry Mode working for you, but it's not going to work for you if your cards are full, and that happens quite a bit if you don't pay attention to it. And myself, what I like to do is every about 3 days or so, I like to switch out my cards. So I typically carry 1, 2, and there's one more in my car. And all it does is it allows me to basically not run out of space when something could happen, because as you guys know, typically when something happens, it always happens at the worst possible time, and that usually could mean that your card is full. Now Tesla, on the other hand, with some of the recent updates, has done a really good job at telling you when your card is full. However, that it's really useless if you're basically out and about already. So what you want to do is have a spare one with you all the time, and that's what I do. I leave one in the car as a spare, so that when my car does fill up, I simply switch it out, and now I know that it's good to go and put the new one in, and that's about it. As for sizes, I use a 64, a 32, and a 128. Now, the 128, which just so happens to be this little thing right there, I don't think the camera's going to capture it. The 128, I use it for, especially if I'm going to go out for a longer trip, like let's say a day trip or 2 days or 3 days, because I might see stuff that I want to save. So I use the 128. For my everyday drives here and there, it's the 32 or the 64 gigabyte cards that I use. And so many people tell me this, that they simply just run out of space, and it's always in the most inopportune time, right? I know it sounds silly, guys. I know it sounds, a lot of you know this, and I know a lot of you are going, okay, really, you're making a video on, bringing an extra memory card. If I could tell you the amount of times people have told me that, I had this great thing happen. Of course, I didn't realize my card was full, so I didn't capture it. I didn't have a chance to, save it, and so forth and so on. I get that a lot. In fact, I would say once every 2 days or so, somebody tells me that. So one of my biggest responses to everybody is, without a doubt, take an extra one with you. Now, this one over here is the SanDisk one. It's basically Wi-Fi compatible, and so I'll take this with me on when I'm going out to do, let's say, a shoot, and I kind of want to see if I can use any footage from the Tesla cam. It's really useful. However, something this tiny, it's really, really tiny. And again, I'm not sure if the camera will capture it, but it's very tiny. So when you put it into a slot, you honestly don't even know it's there. So it doesn't interfere with any space. For the Model S and Model X, this is kind of important because it's right in your center console by where your coffee cup and everything is. So it's really good to have the smaller the better scenario. With that said, I know this is obvious, and I know it's not something that I should be making a video on, but the amount of times this comes up is actually kind of ludicrous. Okay, I tried to be funny. So yeah, I would highly recommend everybody get at least to have 2 cards, switch it out every 3 days, go back. And one of the advantages of this too is if you see that it's full, it's not like you have to take out the card, rush home, quickly, get rid of everything. By having multiple cards, it gives you a chance to kind of look over your footage as well. I used to do that with one card. I used to just kind of pop it out. Oh, darn, it's full. Go home, format it, put it back in the car, and that's it. With 2 cards, I always kind of go back and look at my footage, and I have that chance because, well, I'm not trying to rush it. The other thing too about it is, oh, by the way, with that said, on Tesla Cam Tuesdays, as you guys know, I introduced Tesla Cam Tuesdays. So now when you guys have your second card and you decide to look through it, if you see something cute and something that you think I might like or the rest of the internet would like, please don't forget to send me a little footage, summertesla@gmail.com, and I might include it in one of my Tesla Cam Tuesday videos. Just a little hint over there. All right, so with that said, like I said, that's all there is to it. It's really that simple. Get multiple cards. If you can get a Wi-Fi one too, then you can review it on your phone on the spot, especially if you're going out, something neat. And if you don't want to do that, that's fine. Just go out, get a secondary card, leave it in your car. Very, very simple. Again, every 3 days or so, just plug it in, take your other card home. You have about 2 or 3 days to go through it and, see if you like anything. And this way you have footage of all this stuff and you're not rushed again to eliminate everything from your cards. And the other side too is if you're out, let's say you're going to go out for a day trip or, wherever you might be going, the last thing you want to see is that little X on the camera, meaning that it's full, because now you might want to use, you might be at a hotel or you might be somewhere where you're not familiar with. You want your Sentry mode running and recording. So again, by having a second card, just pop that in and you're good to go. So you're basically just extending that whole time. I know it's a simple tip and trick this week, but honestly, it's a really important one. And most people simply don't think about it. And again, I wouldn't be making this video if I didn't get so many people telling me that, this is an issue for them where they simply run out of space on their card at the most inopportune time. Well, if you have a second card, that problem is resolved. So that's it. Short video this week. Thank you very much for watching. Look forward to Saturday because we're going to highlight another subscriber. That should be a lot of fun as well. And next Tuesday, we have the Tesla Cam Tuesdays. So yeah, take my hint. And if you guys did look over your footage, feel free to send me some footage. I'd love to see them. Thank you very much again. Drive safe. Bye-bye. I'm gonna go have my donuts now. Oh, donuts. Which one do I want? I really like that one. Or that one. Or that one. That one. Chocolate. Okay, drive safe now.